My name is Bob, a 55 years old man running a company. Our company, Bob's Office Supplies, is fairly well known in the stationery industry. I've worked from morning to night for this company. I had sometimes sacrificed my family. Now, I value my family life and have a fulfilling personal life. Thanks to my excellent employees and part-timers. Recently, our business has been growing, so we decided to hire new people. I had delegated the recruitment process to the HR department. As the CEO, I left all the hiring to HR. However, I felt something was off because the newly hired employees kept leaving. I couldn't pinpoint exactly what was wrong, but I had a bad feeling. Could there be harassment happening behind my back? If so, that would be a big problem. We are a large company, and any such issues would quickly hit the news. So, I decided to investigate. If I don't figure this out, people will keep leaving. And what's this about the reviews online? I was concerned about the online reviews of the company. Someone who seemed to have interviewed at our company wrote it was the worst company. Maybe they faced discrimination during the interview. In our hiring process, limiting applicants based on background or gender is prohibited. If that happened, it would be a serious issue. People are quitting, and we are getting bad reviews from interviewees, which has me worried. I need to get to the bottom of this quickly. There's a part-time hiring coming up, and I plan to go undercover for it. After work, I went looking for a wig or something to disguise myself. The wigs were quite expensive. Synthetic ones cost up to a few $1,000s, which even I, as the CEO, hesitate to buy. I can afford it, but can't justify the expense just for an undercover operation. While looking at synthetic wigs, a salesperson recommended a product to me. The wig was synthetic but had a natural-looking part, and wasn't too shiny, so it wouldn't be obvious. It even had some gray hairs, which suited me as a touch of distinguished gray. I'm 55, and having all black hair would look odd, so I chose the gray wig. Then I went to look for glasses. I usually wear contact lenses. No one at the office has seen me in glasses. So I picked out a pair of age-appropriate silver-framed glasses at an optician's that could be ready on the spot. They had a nice, distinguished look. At home, I dug out an old suit that I got from my dad. It's quite worn out. The design is outdated, and nobody wears this style anymore. I'll take this suit to a dry cleaner. When the suit came back from the dry cleaner, I tried it on with a wig and glasses, along with the old, unfashionable gear. I look like the epitome of an unfashionable middle-aged guy. In this getup, no one will recognize me. Under the distinguished gray wig, my head is shaved, which gets a bit stuffy. I started losing my hair in my 30s and have been bald since. I wanted to be a distinguished gray-haired gentleman, but my hair was gone before that could happen. For the part-time job interview, I came up with a fake name. Let's see, what should my name be? I can't be bothered to think too much. I'll just use my brother's name. All right, I'm Lucas. Choosing a name was a hassle, so I borrowed my brother's name, Lucas. I always say ideas are important in the company, but coming up with a fancy name for undercover work is just too much trouble. I thought about names like John or James, but they didn't feel right. So, as Lucas, I was going to the part-time job interview. About 10 people will be hired this time. They are expected to be placed in sales administration, accounting, and general affairs at the headquarters. I wrote that I was applying for sales administration on my fake resume. I was honest about my education. I only graduated from high school. My family was poor, so I couldn't afford college and went into manufacturing right after high school. Then I started Bob's Office Supplies and have been working as its CEO. No one knows my educational background, and I doubt it will come out here. When I entered the company, the receptionist came to ask my business. I'm here for the interview, I said, changing my voice to avoid being recognized as the CEO. The receptionist didn't seem to recognize me. All good so far. I took my pass and hung it around my neck. Then went to the designated conference room on the third floor. Chairs were lined up there, and one woman was sitting. She looked to be about 25. I wonder if it's just me and this lady for today's interview. Then HR's Mike came. Mike doesn't have the best reputation. He's a senior in HR but is known to be harsh with the younger staff. It wasn't bad enough to be considered harassment, so I couldn't really reprimand him. I once warned him, "Don't be too intimidating."
I didn't do anything like that.
But Mike stuck to his guns. I thought it pointless to nag if he hadn't done anything, so I haven't been able to warn him since. It would be a big problem if Mike was being arrogant during the interview, but I couldn't imagine he would do that. Then again, it might be possible. After all, the people coming in for interviews are trashing us in the reviews. I started to feel more nervous, noticing my hands were sweaty. The woman next to me looked pale, perhaps she was nervous too. I began to worry more about her. Mike told us to come in, so the woman and I entered the conference room.
Please have a seat.
Thank you. Mike said that, so we sat down. The woman was fidgety and seemed restless. She must be very nervous. Watching her, I couldn't help but feel sorry for her.
Let's start the interview. Could you please submit your resumes first?
Yes, here you go.
Here is mine. Please take it. All good. He doesn't seem to recognize me. I handed in my resume and returned to my seat.
All right, we have Catherine and Lucas. Okay, let's start the interview.
I see.
I'm all right. And so, the interview began. The woman next to me, Catherine, seemed to be shaking now. She must be really nervous. Mike was looking intently at me. Oh no, did he recognize me? No, it's fine.
Let's start with you, Catherine. Why did you apply to our company?
Yes, well, I've always loved stationery. And I especially collected Bob's Office Supplies products because they are so easy to write with. I wanted to work here to help provide useful products to the world.
But you applied for a sales administration position, right? Selling to retailers is the job of the sales team, and sales administration is support. Developing new products is the task of the product planning department. It's not really sales administration sending out products useful to the world. Did you even seriously consider your motivation for applying? It seems like you're just making this up.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to be helpful to Bob's Office Supplies.
Right. By the way, your resume says you dropped out of college. Why is that?
It's embarrassing, but I stopped attending and eventually dropped out. I couldn't keep taking time off.
You don't feel ashamed for dropping out. Nowadays, it's pretty bad not to at least graduate from college. It's bold of you to bring such an embarrassing resume here. And the area you live in, well, no offense, but it's known for being rough, right? This downtown area.
Well,
Are your parents from there too? I won't say much, but it's kind of shady, right?
sigh.
Mike was clearly being discriminatory. He didn't say it outright, but he was insinuating it. I was shocked. I hadn't expected this kind of behavior during recruitment. No wonder people wrote such scathing reviews. The interviewees must have felt deeply hurt and frustrated. Being criticized for their education or where they live would upset anyone. Then Mike showed Catherine a pen. Just one of the ordinary ones we make.
Here are 2 pens. I'll give one to you. Take it.
Thank you.
Now, I already have a pen. Try to sell me the one you have. Any pitch will do. Make me want to buy it. This is usually for those applying to sales, but let's see if your skills match our standards. Not that you'll be able to do much.
Well,
Go ahead. Sell it to me. You may use any sales pitch you like.
this pen is similar to the one you have, but it's actually a bit different. It writes more smoothly and is easier on your fingers.
So what? That alone won't make me want to buy it. Give me a more compelling reason.
This pen has very beautiful ink and doesn't smudge on paper.
Such features are common in all pens today. Your ideas are pretty limited. Low education seems to equal low creativity. I doubt you can handle the job here. Even in sales administration, there's a lot to do. I don't think you're capable. Maybe you should start by actually graduating from college.
Catherine looked downcast and on the verge of tears. Even if her speaking skills were poor, there was no need to be so harsh. What Mike was doing seemed less like an interview and more like harassment. Anyone treated this badly would want to write a negative review. I certainly would feel the same. Then Mike intently read my resume and smirked creepily. The grin was so eerie that I felt ripples. Mike looked at me and said,
A high school diploma, really? In this day and age?
Well, I grew up in a family that couldn't afford college, so I only have a high school diploma. Is there a problem with that?
It's not just a problem, it's a huge one. Honestly, you're the first high school graduate I've met. It's like meeting an alien.
Oh no.
And you, at 55, applying for a part-time job. That's embarrassing, isn't it? What about your family?
Well, I have a wife and grown children.
So think someone married you. She must have peculiar tastes. Oh, looks like you don't have much money either. Wearing that old, unfashionable shoe. Living a poor life. Right. Middle-aged part-timers are really the bottom of the barrel. Well, maybe it's time for this undereducated middle-ager to leave. No point wasting more time questioning you. This is futile.
No way. It's over.
Yes, interviewing you is a waste of time. Now off you go.
All right, then. Thank you for your valuable time. And I left the room alone. Mike, still unaware of my true identity, was laughing foolishly. Well, he can laugh all he wants for now. He will be sent to hell sooner or later. The next day, Mike started talking about the interview the previous day. As I had asked him to report on the part-time hiring, he laughed. saying only the undereducated showed up.
I almost burst out laughing at the combination of a college dropout woman and a high school educated middle-aged man. Never thought we'd attract such bottom feeders. The woman looked like she was about to cry, and the man, well, his suit was so worn and tacky. It's amazing they even applied to our company. They really don't know their place.
Well, I think you're the one who doesn't know your place.
What? What are you talking about all of a sudden?
Mike looked confused, not understanding what I was saying. So, I thought I'd explain it to him nicely. I wonder what his face will look like when I tell him everything about yesterday. I'm being rather mean, aren't I? Yet, I couldn't suppress my smirk. Actually, that was me.
Wait, what do you mean?
I attended the interview undercover yesterday. You were quite rude to me, talking about high school graduates and such. Except for my name and address, everything was real. I really am a high school graduate. Well, now I clearly see you've been looking down on me for being a high school grad. Yes, very clear indeed.
Wait. I wasn't looking down on you.
Really? But didn't you say yesterday that meeting a high school grad was as rare as encountering an alien? You don't look down on me, but you did on Lucas. Is it because I'm the CEO?
No, well, that is, well.
Changing how you treat people based on their status is the worst. You may think it's okay to grovel in front of me, but that's not how it works. You have to be fair to everyone. You're in HR, right? Isn't it your job to care about employees, think about their benefits, and make the company a better place to work? And you're in charge of hiring, too. HR is the face of the company.
Yes, exactly.
You might not be the star like the sales department, but HR is what people see first. These visitors could become employees or part-timers, so you need to realize that HR represents the company. If not, it damages our corporate image.
Yes, you're right.
And what about your behavior towards Catherine yesterday? Do you think it's okay to say such awful things to her? Such discriminatory remarks are unacceptable. Because of what seems to be your conduct, we've been getting bad reviews online. You've tarnished our corporate image. I'm sorry, Mike, but you're being demoted. You've worked hard as the head of HR, but that ends now.
No, please wait. Don't do this.
He stammered in panic, probably fearing the pay cut that comes with demotion. But that's not enough. He needs a harsher punishment. I decided to transfer Mike to a branch in the countryside. What's the rush? It's not over yet. What you did requires a fitting punishment. How about you head to rural Nebraska?
Nebraska, that backwater.
Yes, please work at that branch. We recently had a resignation there, and they are short-staffed.
Please, no. I have a young child in elementary school, just started at a private school. I can't just move to Nebraska. I feel bad about transferring my child from a private elementary school to a public school. And what about my home mortgage? What am I supposed to do about the house we bought 5 years ago?
Well, that's something for you and your wife to discuss and resolve.
Please don't say such irresponsible things.
It's unfortunate for your child, but if we consider such things, no business owner could ever transfer employees. He chose to buy his house, so it's not my place to be burdened with his decisions. Whether Mike gets an earful from his wife is not my concern. They need to sort it out themselves. I knew from Mike's posting that his wife works in research. She's employed by a multinational company, earning more than Mike.
I've got a good wife.
Mike had said, but considering her husband's behavior at work and subsequent demotion, she might not want him anymore. Continued separation might lead to divorce, but she'd manage with her income. I don't know what she signed Mike, but he must have sweet-talked her at some point. Mike ended up going to Nebraska. As expected, his wife and child chose not to follow. Considering the child's school and her job, I heard their marriage turned sour. Apparently, her father was a college dropout. Because of this, he faced many challenges in society. He encountered discrimination, but he used that frustration as motivation to work hard. He didn't want his daughter to experience the same struggles, so he diligently saved for her education. He worked tirelessly to afford her college and graduate school. She believes she could graduate from college and graduate school in science thanks to her father's efforts. So, she lost patience with Mike, her husband, who ridiculed people with less education, just like her father. In essence, Mike probably looked down on his Phil in his heart. Everyone has the urge to compare themselves to others, but expressing it through words or actions is problematic. Mike likely never imagined his workplace issues could lead to his family crisis, but this should be a time for him to reflect on his life. He should learn that the world is full of people with various circumstances. Afterwards, I hired Catherine. She seemed timid and somewhat unreliable, but her motivation was strong. She was 24 years old and had been living as a part-time worker ever since she dropped out of college. She told me that she wanted to join Bob's Stationery and become a full-time employee someday. There was a reason she dropped out of college. She was harassed there. When she first started college, she had many friends and was a bright and energetic girl. But there was a girl who didn't like her. She framed Catherine by starting a rumor that a wallet was stolen and placing it in Catherine's bag, making her look guilty. Eventually, it was understood that Catherine wasn't the culprit, but she was ostracized by everyone in the class after that. Being at the top of her class before, she lost her place because of this incident, and she stopped attending college, leading to a reclusive lifestyle. Realizing she couldn't continue this way, she quit college and started working jobs like in convenience stores. However, she struggled to find stable employment and never secured a full-time position. Watching her aging parents, she feared she might end up caring for them while still working part-time jobs, which terrified her.
I thought maybe I could change here, at Bob's Office Supplies. There's a chance for full-time employment, and I have fond memories associated with this company.
Fond memories? What happened?
When I was in elementary school, I gave some candy to a boy who was transferring schools as a farewell gift. In return, he gave me a pen from Bob's Office Supplies, the one with the bunny character series.
Oh, the bunny series pen that's popular with young girls. You received that, huh? It's been a long-selling item.
That's why it means a lot to me. I still keep that pen with care, and I've always hoped to meet that boy again, but I don't know where he lives now.
It would be nice if you could meet. He was your classmate. After all, he should remember you. Catherine must have had a crush on that boy. I thought that it must have been her first love. The boy who gave her our pen must have liked her too. He was such a cute boy to give her a bunny-patterned pen, which girls seem to like. Then one day, a sales employee named Oliver returned from the UK. He had been working in our UK branch. Our company is actually well known abroad, especially in the UK as Bob's Stationery. The quality of pencils in the UK isn't great, and the color is faint. Initially, I wondered if they didn't have HB pencils or the like in the UK. But every pencil I bought seemed to have faint color. Then, when I rubbed the words I wrote with a pencil to delete them with an eraser, the paper tore. Thinking this wouldn't do, I decided to spread the word about America's excellent stationery in the UK. Interestingly, foreign-made ballpoint pens often run out of ink quickly. Now, American stationery is quite popular abroad, bought by tourists as souvenirs. Because of its quality and design, with many cute and stylish options that foreigners love. Oliver, who worked a year at Bob's Stationery in the UK, brought back lots of souvenirs, including sweet chocolates and cookies.
Here, these are from the UK. My suitcase was bursting. Please help yourselves.
Thank you. I will enjoy these later.
Of course, go ahead. Oh, is she new here?
Yes, this is Catherine, who's joined us as a part-time administrative assistant.
Catherine, you say?
Do you know her?
Of course, we were classmates in elementary school. I transferred out, though.
So, you were Catherine's classmate.
Oliver, I never thought we'd meet here.
Me neither, Catherine. It's been so long. How have you been?
Well, a lot has happened, but I'm managing.
Got it. Looking forward to working together.
Sure.
What an unexpected and emotional reunion. The boy Catherine spoke of, who had transferred schools, was Oliver. Oliver giving her a pen from Bob's office supplies back in elementary school. How sweet. Catherine and Oliver worked well together at the office, finding good synergy in their tasks. Although Catherine had never done office work before, her intelligence allowed her to quickly grasp and master the tasks she was taught. The senior employee in the administrative department was impressed by her work. Oliver found it helpful how meticulously Catherine handled the tasks he assigned to her. They seemed to be getting along well. I have to attend the sales department meeting. It's held once a week, and each time we report on the sales figures. Oliver seemed more enthusiastic than before, which led to some teasing from other employees.
Got a girlfriend or something?
No, that's not it. I don't have a girlfriend.
Well, it doesn't matter. But you've been really enthusiastic lately, Oliver. Just don't overdo it and take care of yourself. Okay?
Yes, I'm sure.
As for the sales figures, Oliver, you're at the top this time. It seems like your training in the UK paid off. Well done.
Thank you. I really felt the importance of identifying new needs there. I plan to work with the planning department to promote better products.
We're looking forward to it. Then,
I thought Oliver's enthusiasm might be largely due to Catherine's influence. Every time Oliver came to report to me in my office, he would also mention Catherine, then his face turning a bit red, which made me think he still liked her. One day, Catherine and Oliver came to my office together. I wondered what it was about.
Bob, we've decided to get married.
Wow, really?
Yes, we've been dating in secret. We were too embarrassed to tell everyone.
I see. Well, you didn't need to hide it.
Well, I've never had a girlfriend before, so it was embarrassing to admit.
I was a bit surprised. Oliver is definitely attractive. In fact, he's quite handsome. I had assumed he'd been popular with women and gotten a lot of attention, so finding out he didn't have a girlfriend was unexpected. But maybe he was shy. Catherine, standing beside me, was looking down, but I caught a glimpse of her face turning red. In a soft voice, Catherine said to me,
I want to keep working here even after getting married. Can I continue to work here while balancing family life?
Of course, you can. The administrative team says they can't manage without you. We'd be in trouble if you left.
Really? That's a relief. I was worried I'd lose my job now that I'm getting married.
We're not an old-fashioned company that would ask you to quit because you're getting married. Would you like to become a full-time employee? We'd love for you to take on more responsibilities.
Am I a full-time employee? I was indeed attracted by the chance of full-time employment, but are you sure? I don't feel confident.
I'm confident you'll do well, Catherine. Please have faith in yourself.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Catherine responded energetically. She's capable, and I'm sure she can balance work and family life well. Oliver is also kind, likely to help with household chores. I was invited to their wedding, which was very touching, and I found myself crying as much as their parents. Both Oliver and Catherine were smiling throughout the ceremony. At the reception, everyone from the office performed dances and played music, making it a delightful event. I'm glad I attended. Since then, Catherine has been working hard as a full-time employee. Then Catherine got pregnant and Oliver happily informed me. Oliver asked me what kind of preparations he needed to make in becoming a dad. I shared some thoughts on preparing for his daughter's future wedding. I have a daughter and she is already married. I felt happy yet nostalgic. Oliver ended up crying. He must have imagined the time when his not yet born daughter would be married. I regretted making him cry, but felt he would be a great father. I hope Oliver and Catherine continue to be happy. By the way, Mike, whom I demoted, ended up quitting because he couldn't handle the rural lifestyle. His wife has asked him for a divorce. I felt that the two couples were the complete opposite of each other.